Hey gang, Ronan here. As you can see in this game, we've got Alf Radagast playing the Tier 8 new German battleship Zieten. He is accompanied by Cobradad 0302 playing the steadfast Bismarck. This ought to be fun to watch. Um, as I often do, I record some of these replays while I'm doing other things, while I'm working generally. And so I don't watch them while they're being recorded. So we'll see this together. What I'd really love to see, and I think a lot of people would love to see, is for these two just to push into the red ships. Yes, there is a little bit of threat in the form of the Kiev with, torpedoes and also the Cachalot, but not a lot. There is a CV, but the two of them together against a Tier 8 CV, is there a threat? Yes. Is it terrible? No, it's implacable. So here's hoping. It'd be kind of cool to watch them push through A and then just kind of head between the two islands there at A and just blap things and get into secondary range. And we can just hear me talking over the sound of dozens of secondary guns firing for most of the game. Interesting split.
Teammate, I need your support. Teammate, I need your support.
Surrey just making sure that Cobradad and Alf plan to follow him in. A little bit crazy for Surrey to be leading the charge there. I think I'd probably be playing a little bit more cautiously in the Surrey. It is a fairly maneuverable cruiser, and I found it to tank reasonably well, but only if you maintain your range. If you get too close, something like North Carolina that has really accurate, hard-hitting guns, well, I guess what I'm saying is, given the positioning of the Surrey right now, it will not surprise me if he is sunk fairly quickly. And you can see the San Diego's right there as well. So it's going to be a nasty surprise for the San Diego as he sees Alpha and the Zieten, and now Cobradad and the Bismarck. And San Diego loses a third of his HP just in that couple of opening salvos from this German Wunderboot division here. Cobradad's secondary is now going to work. Now you don't have a whole lot of guns here on the Zieten. You can see you got 6 barrels, 2 on each of 3 turrets. Surrey does in fact get sunk. No surprise there. It was really foolhardy for him to push in like that. San Diego, is he just going to go nose in and just deal with the secondaries? Yeah, now he's in secondary range of both of these guys. Yeah, this is going to be punishing. Where did he go? He was trying to go dark. And he's going to continue trying to reverse. He's hoping to just go dark here. But you can see the CV is having none of that. He's come to help. And San Diego, it's all over for you, buddy. Close quarters expert number 1 so far. So far, I'm loving this. This is exactly what I hope for. Oh, Dallas, what are you thinking? Oh my God. Dallas got really lucky there. I think those shells were a little bit behind. North Carolina's just already turned and he's running for the hills. It's just the secondaries alone are going to shred this Dallas. But Alf's going to get the guns off here and that's going to do the trick. Nope. Cobradad beat him to it with secondaries. Toulon, you are in big trouble. These guys are doing exactly what I hoped. They're pushing right into the cap. That is a thing of beauty. And Alf is trying to get a little bit more angled so that his secondaries begin firing. He's trying to angle to be able to hit Toulon. Almost 5,000 damage. It's It's pretty great. Big shot from North Carolina, even angled. Those shells just, they're murderous. You can see a torpedo there. Puts 2 shells out on the North Carolina as the secondaries continue to work on Toulon. Now the good guys were able to secure the Charlie camp, but the enemy Benson, or excuse me, the friendly Benson is, I think, in big trouble here. Yep. Kiev takes him out with a torpedo at basically point-blank range and begins flipping the cap, and it looks like the green team is almost entirely on the Echo and Foxtrot line. Budyonny and Cleveland pushing north. That's crazy. There's another North Carolina and a Gneisenau on the other side. If those cruisers keep pushing, they're in big trouble. Yeah, North Carolina just having his way without Zieten at this point. And Alf fires off a heel, trying to recoup some of these HP that he's been bleeding to the North Carolina's hard-hitting, very heavy shells, and really accurate. Yeah, the Cleveland did turn around, and he's asking the Budyonny to do the same, but at this range, if the Budyonny tries to turn around, the Gneisenau is just going to smash him. All right, whose secondaries are going to finish Toulon? All right, that's close quarters expert number 2. Boy, you couldn't ask for better than that. We are 6 minutes 42 seconds in. 2 secondary kills for Alf. And North Carolina looks like he'll be next because Alf and Cobradad are just going to chase him down. Now, North Carolina's fairly quick, but these are German battleships, and they are also fairly quick. So if you don't keep making turns, you might be able to keep up. Although, this might do it right here. Showing a lot of side, though. North Carolina can really punish this. Yeah, that was a big hit, but North Carolina's gone. Cobradad finishes him off with his main guns. Well done. 15 seconds to a heel as Implacable says, hey, I'm going to go in there and strike Cobradad, who's still almost full health, instead of hitting the Zieten that's really banged up. Well, there's no denying it. World of Warships is just rife with genius. So the bad guys are the only ones with a cap, but they are down almost 200 points. And now their Surrey is going to be pushing in and probably suffering the same fate that the friendly Surrey did at Alpha Cap. Alf convinces the Kiev that coming this way is a bad idea. Friendly Cachalot rams the enemy Cachalot, takes him out, and the friendly Atlanta finishes off the Kiev. And Surrey, oh man, yeah, just scraping the island full broadside to a Zieten and a Bismarck. Well, he might be behind an island from the Bismarck yet, just a little too far forward on those shells. As Surrey tries to throw it into reverse and goes dark. Now maybe that was Atlanta's radar coming to an end, maybe? That's all it took. Just needed to hit him once. That's all Alf needed. Just had to just land one shell, and that's, problem solved. And the CV, the CV continues to focus Cobradad, while Alf has fixed himself back up to, well, not quite half of his original HP. He's sitting a little over 25,600 HP. Really not too bad. The two ICOP players between them have accounted for 5 of the enemy ships. Basically rolled up this flank. The Surrey didn't really do much other than show us all what not to do. And this game's in the bag. I mean, the bad guys, they're down to 4 ships. Good guys still have 9. Now, Cobradad, you may be wondering, why is he, heading northwest at this point? Well, the CV's back there somewhere. You can see the last known position on the minimap. Now, I doubt he's still sitting in that same spot. But he's up there somewhere. Nope, there. Now we see him. But I think that's why Cobra was headed that way. Now, if this were me, I would just continue full speed and look for broadside shots. We'll see what Alf does here. But with Sinop sitting there, nobody wants to show him broadside. So there's a real chance for some broadside shots here. Now, Bayern is actually a fairly tanky Tier 6 battleship. So we'll see what these shells are able to do. Yeah, it hurts. 5,000 damage. And he's just going to continue showing broadside. And Alf is just maintaining his speed. He's just heading this way. Bayern turning in a little bit. Alf adjusts his aim accordingly. Cobradad's probably getting just about to where he's in range. Yeah, I can see his shells coming in now. Oh, so close. Yeah, I don't think I would have turned in here. I think I would have braved the damage from the NC to be able to get those back nets. But Bayern's going to be sunk here regardless. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is kill number 4 as Alf picks up a Confederate. And, whatever opinion I have about which guns to use, the proof, as they say, is in the pudding. And Alf is just absolutely mopping the floor here. Ooh, implacable. That would have been so fun to put shells on that guy, right? Now, I might just park here if it were me and wait for the CV, but we'll see. Now, this has been, a serious spanking of the green team by the red team. But still fun to watch. I mean, I always enjoy seeing these German battleship secondaries go into work. Only one forward set of guns on the Zieten means if you're not willing to turn, you're not going to get too many guns on a target. And I think he aimed maybe a little bit high on that. Implacable. Well, Implacable's turned out, so it may have actually fallen short. Prince Heinrich, you are in big trouble. These shells hit really hard at this kind of range. Yeah. Yeah, I'd say that was a painful shot on the Heinrich. And he's just going to let the fire burn for the time being. And this really should do it for the Heinrich. I can't imagine him surviving this. Nope, that is the Kraken Unleashed. Kill number 5. And the secondary is now going to work on the North Carolina. And Alf, very wisely, trying to angle a little bit against the North Carolina. But is the North Carolina going to put shells on? No. Yeah, it makes a lot more sense that the North Carolina is going to try to eliminate the torpedo threat. And he's all that's left. So I'm going to say, Alf, Cobradad, great game. 7 enemy ships between you. Really, really fun to watch. Cachalot does get sunk, but North Carolina is not long for this world. There's really no way for him to survive much longer. Those of you joining me, thank you very much. I really appreciate you spending some time here with me. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. If you've got any comments or questions, I'd love to see them below. And I'll see you next time.